Well, good morning. It is supposed to be Amsterdam Day. But sadly, yet again, for the second time, my luck has caused us to miss Amsterdam. Just kidding, it's not my luck. It's the weather. We really got so fortunate with the weather this entire trip, but the weather is really bad today. And the captain came on and announced yesterday evening we were expected to have okay weather arriving into Amsterdam this morning, but poor weather leaving, which could risk us to have to stay in Amsterdam until Monday morning and not get back to Southampton until Tuesday, which obviously is not possible. We knew that there was a risk, but he did announce this morning at like 6:30, and I already knew. I woke up at 5 a.m., looked outside, saw that we were not in the locks and nowhere close to Amsterdam, so I knew we were not going. But he did come on and announce and say that the weather took a turn for the worse late last night, and the decision was made around midnight to skip Amsterdam today. And let me tell you, the weather is terrible, and the ship is rocking really bad. So what they decided to do is take us to Bruges early, Zeebrugge, the port. So we are actually on our way to Zeebrugge now, and the captain said that the weather is going to get worse, so that the rocking of the ship is not going to let up. We are actually going to arrive today, this afternoon, and be docked at 1 p.m. So we will have an overnight today, starting 1 p.m. until our originally scheduled departure time, I think of 5 p.m. tomorrow, and then heading back to Southampton. So yeah, that is a real bummer. I had set my sights on doing all the things I could squeeze into one day in Amsterdam. I had 3 excursions booked. I had a canal tour. I had tickets to the Anne Frank house. And I had tickets to the Heineken experience, which would have taken me all day to complete those 3. So I do have travel insurance for this reason, and it should cover this. Not ready for it to end, but tomorrow is our final day. And then the next morning we're back in Southampton, and I fly back to Philadelphia. It's a bummer that the weather is so bad, because I'm sure that the go-kart tracks are not running, and they weren't running yesterday. With this weather, I doubt that the water slides are running. I don't know about the outdoor sporting games. But yeah, I will show you if I do anything of note later on today. Well, our arrival into Zeebrugge is a little bit delayed. Pilot could not get to the ship at the originally scheduled time due to some port activity and port operation something. I'm not specific on what that was, but we will not be docking the ship and ready to get off until 2:30 p.m. And it's about 1 o'clock now, so the pilot should be getting on board at any moment. But let me tell you, it has been a long time since I have felt a ship take on this much wind. We are basically sitting completely still. We haven't moved for a long time, probably at least an hour and a half or so. And the wind is just battering the ship every 10 seconds. There's a huge shudder, and the whole ship just shakes, and we are not moving. The ship is not moving. We're just sitting still. So I did step out on the balcony for a few minutes earlier, but it was pretty chilly. It's cold out there, and the wind is pretty bad. So getting into Bruges is about a 30-minute drive, and I'm not sure what the transportation options look like around the port area. The ship does offer a direct to Bruges tomorrow morning, but it is a one-time option. You leave at 7 a.m. or 7:30, and then they bring you back at 4 p.m. So there's not a constantly running shuttle or anything like that, which would be really cool if they did that. But so that's my 1 p.m. update for you. So that actually looks to be our pilot boat right there. Wonder if it is heading our way to drop off our pilot. And we'll see if he jumps on board. It is right at the time they said that they would be arriving, so... Alright guys, we have arrived, and the mad rush to get off the ship started before we had even pulled up to the dock. Me and a couple of friends were hanging out at the whiskey bar watching the crowds accumulate on deck 6 down below, and as you can see, I will pop in the video here to show you just how long the shuttle line is to get from the port area where we are currently docked to the terminal. From the terminal, you are on your own to get to Bruges or Brussels. There's trains, there's taxis, things like that. It's walkable to the beach. I think it's like a half-hour walk if you want to go to the beach area, a little bit further south. But I think we are going to stay on the ship this afternoon and do a little bit of a bar crawl, hot tub pool day sort of situation. It turns out that the sun has come out right above us, above the ship, and it is a beautiful afternoon. It's getting close to 4 o'clock, and we just want to kind of enjoy the sun and the quiet ship now that everybody seems to be disembarking. So I'm just standing on the balcony here watching all of this port activity. Again, another reason why I love having a port-facing balcony, and luckily we did dock on the port side today. I'm just observing all of these crowds and glad that I'm not part of it. Don't really understand the mad rush to get off the ship because we are docked here overnight until 5 p.m. tomorrow. So there's plenty of time to get off the ship, go out and get dinner, do whatever you want, stay out all night if you'd like. So I'm gonna get my swimsuit on and head up to the pool deck, and then yeah, we'll see how things go. Enjoying a quieter ship than usual. We've had a great afternoon so far. We started out at the pool bar, Waves, and enjoyed the hot tub for maybe an hour or so. Then moved to the observation lounge and enjoyed ourselves for a little bit there. And then we moved down to deck 8 on the, what do you call it on the ship? Ocean Boulevard. Deck 8 aft, the beautiful Soleil bar. And then we moved inside, right around the corner to the Luna bar. And from there decided that we should get dinner. And that was a good choice. And tonight there is country music playing in Sid Norman's. It is time for me to go rejoin my party and get a meal in, get some dinner, and enjoy the rest of the evening on the ship for our second to last night on this amazing 10-day cruise. Yes, I'm bummed that we missed Amsterdam, but you know what? That is the risk that you take when you cruise. So I really have to give Norwegian a big thumbs up. Really, impressed with how they were able to adjust and find a solution for us, even though we were not able to be in Amsterdam today. Very happy with the way that Norwegian handled this. I have to say, our captain, Roger, he is amazing. He has chosen to make himself available to guests for questions about the reasons behind why we weren't able to dock in Amsterdam today. So he made a point to come to the atrium at 10 a.m. this morning to let guests ask him questions. Anyway, I have blabbed on long enough and I need to go meet my friends down at Indulge Food Hall. And I will catch up with you tomorrow. So off I go to our next adventure. to the land of the pine. Some of my ways to North Well, good morning from a beautiful day in Southampton. I don't think there's a single cloud in the sky. And the last time I was in Southampton was very gray, dark, and gloomy, both on embarkation and debarkation. But Southampton is our final port here, and I am heading straight to the airport, going to Heathrow and flying back home directly to Philadelphia at 1 p.m. today. Can't believe this trip is already over. It has been an incredible week. Well, incredible 10 days, longer than a week. Have made so many friends on this trip that I expect to keep in touch with for years to come. So many great memories. In fact, I had so much fun on this trip. I didn't go to the gym one single time, not once, in the entire 10 days. That is maybe a first. So I have a lot of catching up to do when I get back home because I ate a lot of delicious cruise food all of these 10 days, and I have enjoyed myself thoroughly. So I wanted to do a final little sum up here of the trip. I started to do that last night, got cut off by a knock at the door and had to go answer that, and then went out to say goodbye to the last couple of people that I met and spent so much time with on this trip. So really didn't do a whole lot the last couple of days. Yesterday we were in Zeebrugge the entire day. But I did not get off the ship. I was so exhausted from staying out doing a pub crawl the day before that I just did not have it in me to go off the ship. And what really sealed it was the weather. It was just awful weather, super windy, cloudy, rainy, cold. So I was just in Bruges in October, not even 8 months prior, and had a lovely day in Bruges, absolutely awesome day. But I needed the rest and sleep and catching up on hours of sleep that I know I have missed, and I have to go back to work tomorrow morning, so I needed that day to rest and pack and just recuperate a little bit. So yeah, it is about 7:15 and they have already called my luggage tag color, and so I am about to disembark. My transfer is through Norwegian, so they're going to take me to the airport. I have loved my time on the Prima. I went into this trip thinking that the Prima might not be the right ship for this itinerary because the weather can be poor, but it turned out it was actually a great ship, and it was exactly what we needed, and there was plenty of space indoors and out for everyone to find a seat and find a spot and enjoy the offerings on the ship. So I really love the Prima after this. I think it is a better ship than I had given it credit for before I embarked on this cruise. So yeah, I have nothing but fond memories to look back on, and of course you will have seen all of those memories in this cruise. So this is where I'm going to call it a wrap and head to the airport. So if you're new here, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your viewing. Consider subscribing to get notified when new videos are posted. I have so many more trips planned, lots of solo cruises planned this year and next that I'm excited to bring you along with. Thanks so much for watching, and happy cruising.